Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now guys, it is a drama a minute within the Nigerian space, a gift that just keeps on giving. So this time round, we're back with our own favorite grass cutter, Babachir Lawal. So with that guys, I bring you this. Grass cutting scandal, EFCC tenders telephone evidence against Babachir Lawal. So that's the headline. Grass cutting scandal, EFCC tenders telephone evidence against Babachir Lawal. Now, this is an ongoing case that we thought had been swept under the carpet, but apparently not. There's been movement since. So let's get into exactly what is going on here. Justice Jude Okeke of the Federal Capital Territory FCT High Court, Maitama, on Wednesday, September the 18th, heard evidence linking the company used by the former secretary to the government of the Federation, Babachir Lawal, to allegedly defraud the federal government to the tune of 500 million naira was extracted from a telephone. Lawal and his younger brother, Hamidu Lawal, Suleiman Abubakar and Api John, alongside two companies, Roller Vision Engineering, 5th defendant, and Josman Technology, 6th defendant, are facing prosecution by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC on an amended 10-count charge bordering on fraud, diversion of funds, and criminal conspiracy to the tune of over 500 million naira. One of the charges read that you, Engineer Babachir David Lawal, whilst being the secretary to the federal government of the Federation SGF and the director of Roller Vision Engineering Limited, on or about the 22nd of August 2016 at Abuja in the Abuja Judicial Division of the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, did knowingly hold indirectly private interest in the contract awarded to Josman Technology Limited but executed by Roller Vision Engineering Limited for the removal of invasive plant species and simplified irrigation to the tune of 258,132,735 naira and 99 kobo. And then he goes on to write that out in words by the Office of the Secretary of the Federal Government of the Federation, OSGF, through the Presidential Initiative for Northeast, PINE, and thereby committed an offense punishable under Section 12 of the Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Act 2000. At the resumed hearing of the case on Wednesday, a prosecution witness and certified data examiner with EFCC, Fatima Umar, told the court how she extracted a forensic report from an iPhone belonging to one Mr. Gulani using a Celebrate camera. But the attempt by the prosecution counsel, Ofem Uket, to tender the video evidence in a CD was opposed by the defense counsel, Akin Olajimi. According to him, information generated from the phone or any other device by virtue of Section 84 of the Evidence Act must be certified to be admitted in evidence. He explained that the prosecution has not produced any such certification. Justice Okeke, after listening to the argument of both counsel, adjourned the matter to September 24, 2019 for the continuation of trial. So the story goes on with Babachir Lawal, the grass cutter. A lot of us would like to see this guy do a bit of a kirikiri time to set an example that this sort of goings on will have its punishment within the Nigerian space, because the word impunity, of course, is often linked with Nigerian governance, and this is why people feel that they are able to do anything and everything that they like, and money and power will cover it. We saw that Senator Abo that went to harass some girl in a sex shop, and what's happening to him now is in the Senate House. We know the Fatoyinbo case. What's happening to him now is back on the pulpit in his church, and his congregation are weighing against the woman accusing him. So there's endless cases of this sort of going on. So if we're able to use this guy as an example, so he does some kirikiri time, that would then send the signal, because bear in mind, this guy was the secretary to the federal government in terms of the presidency, at least the presidential office, in terms of how that office is structured, is probably third in line. So you have the vice president, you have the vice, and then you have the secretary to the federal government who then acts on their behalf. So a very powerful position and a formerly very powerful man. So if this guy is made an example of, then this surely will send the right signals through the bowels of the Nigerian state. But of course, this is not going to happen. You will recall that this Boss Mustapha that replaced Babachir Lawal as the secretary to the federal government is actually Babachir Lawal's cousin. So really, in effect, the noise that was generated off the back of what Babachir Lawal did was what forced the government to step him down. But then as a compensation to him, they then asked him to nominate who the person that he would like to sit in his seat, the person effectively to replace him. And then he went to pick his own cousin to sit in that seat so that the guy can continue to funnel the spoils of the state to their bank accounts. So nothing has really changed if you look at it from that prism, and there's no other way to look at it, by the way. Because this is a guy that was found with his hands in the tills of the country and was embarrassed out of a post and out of office, and as a punishment he has been compensated then with having his own cousin, his own blood cousin, installed in his place. So that then tells you that nothing has really changed, and this guy is not really being punished, and this is just a show for the cameras. And if you think how far back this case is actually going, I think, so what was that date again? The 22nd of August 2016, and today is the 18th of August 2019. So they've had this case for 3 years. This was an open and short case, by the way. So this case, when it was fresh and all the evidence was there, they were not able to prosecute it. And this case has just been limbering and just meandering in the courts. This guy has never been detained. I think he was detained once, actually, when Obasanjo made a lot of cry about it. I think they held him for a day or two, and then they let him go again. And what you then see is this guy making all this bombastic noise in the papers, because I read some time ago, a few weeks, if not a few months ago, that this guy was actually in the paper saying that there's nothing stopping him from being the next president of Nigeria, and they're going to discard the power shift arrangement, etc. I also saw this guy in an interview with this is going back some 2 years now, I think. I saw this guy in an interview with Maokwe Ogun of Channels Television, where this girl was trying to press him on this matter, and this guy was preening and peacocking and being bombastic and lionizing and puffing his chest up and saying, effectively telling her that, look, what can you do, what can anybody do? So he was quite bullish in that interview, almost to the point of bullying the presenter, Maokwe Ogun. And Maokwe Ogun is no lightweight. She's a robust journalist, one of the leading presenters that we have in Nigeria, and he was still bullying this girl. So confident was he in his position. This is a guy whose hands were found in the tills of the country. So he was being bombastic then, and is still bombastic now, and the guy is still around the corridors of power, and him being around the corridors of power, of course, is his cousin being in his seat. So they sack you for misconduct, and then you then get to appoint your own cousin to replace you in the position that they sacked you from. So this is how corruption is being fought under this dispensation. But of course, we all know that there's nothing like a corruption fight going on in this dispensation. We all just have to look at Okpabio and the rest of them to know that, and Tinubu and Rotimi Amechi, and just name anyone in this regime, and that automatically tells you there's no such thing as a fight against corruption going on under this regime. But this case carries on. They've not dismissed it yet, because I think the evidence is overwhelming, and we of course will continue to keep you up to date with the latest developments regarding the grass cutter and the missing for $500 million. Conversations in the comment section is what I am inviting. The grass cutter is who we're discussing, but before you come discuss the grass cutter with me, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Then come tell me what you're making of this guy in the comment section. So I'll leave you here, carry on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.